Redevelopment is the only hope for many homeowners in the Mumbai region. But this route for creating a livable housing stock in the financial capital has its share of risks, one of them being indefinitely stalled projects. A recent judgment by the Bombay High Court has given some room to homeowners to breathe easy. The court allowed housing societies to terminate a development agreement with a builder for non-performance. Ankita Sinha with this report.
Bharat Gandhi's apartment went in for redevelopment in 2008. With the promise of an additional 135 square feet to the existing 400 square feet flat and extra dry areas, Bharat was convinced that he had struck a good deal. But then came the problems.
We realized the builder has changed the plan. He has done certain additional construction which was not allowed, which was access to that TDR or FSI available to him. Somebody made a complaint. BMC served MRTP notice, they demolished certain additional area, and they have still those notices are going on. Now builder has to submit a new plan, ask for certain condonance and pay some penalty.
Because of this, Bharat's Housing Society is fighting out a long-drawn battle for a final occupancy certificate in court. This is not an isolated case. Experts estimate nearly 2,000 societies have signed MOUs and development agreements with builders, and a shocking 50% projects are stuck only due to poor financial condition of the developer. Which is why the recent Bombay High Court's judgment allowing a housing society in Goregaon to terminate a redevelopment agreement with Kumar Builders for non-performance on the builder's part is so relevant. The judgment essentially struck a blow for long-delayed housing redevelopment projects in Maharashtra.
Today we have been thinking that once we enter into a development agreement, termination is not possible because we have created the interest in them. It is a Transfer of Property Act. We have created a transfer of property to them, and against that the developer also has created certain third-party rights. So now that the High Court has given this judgment, which makes us to think that developer should be complying with the required formalities within the given time as agreed in the DA, and if he defaults, he also will be cautioned that he will be in trouble.
This can only spell good news, given the large number of redevelopment projects that are in the pipeline today. An estimated 2,500 societies on collector land, over 3,500 societies on Mada land, and about 20,000 private societies constructed before 1995 are going in for redevelopment at the moment. Just how will this judgment impact developers who are active in the redevelopment scenario? Experts believe developers will now be discouraged from taking up redevelopment projects, and the only way to overcome this is for the government to play a more proactive role by easing policies.
Funds today are very, very difficult for these builders because they are engaged into a number of projects, right? Most of the builders are having loan backups, right? So because of some of the other difficulty on the finance, the project may go on a little slow pace.
The Bombay High Court's judgment comes as a reminder to builders that you cannot take redevelopment projects lightly. Funds must be allocated way in advance and execution must be done on time. And unless you do so, termination notices may be just round the corner. From Mumbai, Ankita Sinha for NDTV.
Parryware rebranded itself for India's booming sanitary ware market with a new look and to continue remaining a premium bathroom solutions brand in India.